Welcome in, traders. God bless each and every single one of you guys. Hope you're having a stand-up freaking day. And today we're going to have the pleasure of covering stock ticker AMC as well as the broader market, giving you a little technical update on the freaking weekly time frame, guys. Look at this 22% green candle. This thing breaking out of the all-time resistance, hitting you with the choo-choo candle, full steam ahead, baby. And looking at something on Twitter, I just had no other reaction than to laugh. What just clearly says, Jim Cramer says it's a good time to buy stocks. You can see everyone in the comments just absolutely terrified because that is the biggest sell signal I've ever seen in my life. But without further ado, guys, make sure to slap the subscribe button, hit the like button, and let's jump straight into it. AMC on the weekly time frame, seeing a beautiful 22% week and breaking out of your all-time resistance. You are almost guaranteed, guys. It's looking very certain that you're going to see the 9-day EMA cross through the weekly 50. And that gets me very excited. In case you guys are new, there's plenty of new faces always in this channel, growing like wildfire. You can see the last time we saw this cross was back in 2021 of January 29th. Now we know, guys, we know, traders, that this is significantly bullish, right? When you talk about the short-term macro on AMC and how much it looks like 2021, there's similarities and there's differences. It's not going to play out the exact same every single time, guys, but history often does rhyme, and I'm ready for it to start rhyming again. This is something I've said going back 6 months with the Golden Cross, and you've marked that as completed. You've marked your macro quarterly MACD as green, guys. You can see the implications that had on the stock last time, the freaking massive January and June run that came from it. So you're checking all of the right boxes, guys, in order to see this thing go squeezy. Now, on the weekly time frame, we're about to get that cross. The 50 is currently at 220. So even if you see that pullback, guys, the amount of momentum you've seen driven into the stock with Spider-Man coming out tomorrow, in my eyes, has been enough to see this occur. So I'm absolutely jacked to see this. This is getting me excited. Beyond that, right, we've exited the all-time trend line on AMC. What does that mean? What implications does that have on the stock? Well, that is unforeseen circumstances, guys. We've said it many times that AMC is adhering to changed behavior, right? Changed behavior in the way that it is currently trading, right? From the bottom to the top here, you're already up 197%, guys. You've not had a longer stretch to run that has been better for the stock since back here in January, right? And then back here in June. So you're already doing something very, very different. In my opinion, the next likely stop is 318. Now, if you guys, we've been very clear on this channel, if you get through 318, you have pretty much a straight shot into your next horizontal resistances that really are just this wick of liquidity at $4, right? 408. And then 556, guys. Yeah, 556. Those two wicks can come very, very fast. And I honestly do believe if you get above 318 with strength, 31% gain and a 75% gain. But truthfully, from where we are today, that is a 50 gainer and an 100% gainer. So I'm excited to see if we can unlock the bull doors on AMC and get this thing freaking pumping. On the daily time frame, guys, we saw a beautiful hammer candle on the daily, seeing a dip going into the start of the day and a strong recovery. And why was that, right? I want you guys to ask yourselves, what was the causation of this? And you see the volume was not great, right? We're on a downtrend the last 2 days while going higher on volume. Now, that's typically a bearish trend, but let me show you guys why I believe that this thing is not done yet, right? Stay with me. We're 4 green days in a row. We have on our side, guys, none other than IWM. Now, we mentioned in our last video the possibility of a bear trap, guys, and we're getting a textbook freaking bear trap. I cannot be more excited to bring this news to you guys because you are on the cusp of getting a breakout and you've just gotten your 4-hour MACD to the upside, guys. And although this does not mean for certain that AMC is about to pump, it does validate that AMC could see a little bit of upside pressure, right? As you see, like we talked about, you're on the cusp of doing something amazing, right? You've just broken out of your downwards all-time trend. You have multiple gaps above you at $13, $19, $43. And there's no, I would say there's no automatic trigger that gets this thing running in my eyes, but I do believe the best is yet to come. So whatever you do in this volume gap, guys, I believe it could potentially be explosive. And I do believe that you're probably not going to top here at 290. Right. But I would be doing a disservice if I did not cover the potential bear scenarios. So stay with me, guys. Stay until the end because I'm going to wrap it all up in a beautiful conclusion. But looking at the daily freaking time frame, what do you have on the daily time frame that we've covered before, right? You have one touch of bearish divergence. That was a higher high in stock price, but a lower low on the RSI. Now, you haven't done it yet, guys, but if you come up here and you pass this previous high, currently sitting at about $3, right? $2.95 or $2.96. If you do that, guys, let's say you come into 318 very whimsily, right? Very kind of weak, coming to 318. And then you come up here on the RSI and you make another touch of bearish div. There is a potential bearish scenario in which you see this reject and you see the weakness down to the 50 line to potentially go down to oversold. Now, that's your worst case scenario on AMC. And even that is still pretty freaking bullish, guys. Just taking this horizontal resistance because we don't want to see multiple touches of bearish divergence. I just want to see this thing. Right? You want to see explosions come out of this thing and volume come into this thing on the daily time frame. And I was really encouraged by today's close, right? That bullish hammer candle that not only continued your breakout, but got a retest on your all-time downtrend, guys. Very, very bullish. Very, very, very bullish. So looking at IWM again, right? I just want to show you guys, this is significantly freaking bullish. You have a 4-hour MACD cross. You're about to get the 9 through the 200, guys, which we have preached on this channel. Has not happened on IWM since right here. No, donde? Right here. What was the next 4-hour candle? It was a 4% candle on IWM and a total breakout into all-time highs. This long candle right here, that's the blue through the purple line on your screen. You're about to get it again, and you can see how much it meant on IWM when it got the cross down. Well, you've gotten an official fake out off of that bullish hammer candle like we talked about, which is amazing, right? That is the best case scenario for AMC and GameStop shareholders. So I'm hoping you can see this thing break out on the 4-hour time frame and then go for a little bit of a rippy, guys, into your upsloping resistance trend line. That currently sits right around 317 to 310, depending on where you tap it. I do believe you're going to make a stretch into the 300s once you pass 300 with strength, right? Because you've seen the test multiple times on 300 with your current high on IWM at 302. Now, our thesis on IWM has always been in the last 6 months that you're going to make this run into 300 and you're going to see small caps outperform blue chip stocks. You're currently doing that. And I'm very, very, very grateful that you guys have been a part of this mission to see that play out. So on the weekly time frame, we said we'd wrap it back up in a beautiful manner. So looking at the weekly time frame, we see this choo-choo candle up 22.03%. And we see how beautiful you've bounced off of this weekly RSI band, guys. I want to freaking see AMC test this 318 level, because if you get through that, guys, your maxed bullish scenario is a potential cup and handle here that is yet to play out to its full extent, right? Just taking the profit target, full measurement of the cup on top of the breakout takes you directly in to that 556 target, guys. So if you see a break of 318, 556 could come very, very quickly, in my opinion. And I would expect a little bit of retail and institutional FOMO to pile in here. What that would mean on the stock, in my opinion, is that on the RSI for the weekly time frame, you can already see the RSI is cruising, guys. It is on a mission to the upside. You saw last time you had a rejection of the bull zone. You were this freaking close, guys. Look at the last time you've seen AMC in the bull zone. Was same way we talked about January 2021, 277% candle. The bull zone is this checkered line on 70 RSI. You can see when it blips in there, that's when you get your most explosive and compelling moves on AMC. Next time you got that was 116%. That June run, when you peaked into the bull zone, guys, you had a very strong upwards momentum run. I'm hoping to see the same here on AMC, and then to probably just level, right? Base out. If you can see this explosive move forward, kind of base for a couple of months, and then see the same thing. That is going to be your key, holding the strength that you recover along the way, just the same way you've done in this very cyclical run up so far. So I want to see the fireworks begin to go off. I want to see Spider-Man absolutely crush the box office. So if you guys are going out to see that tomorrow, just put a little W in the chat for Gary. W in the chat for Gary if you're going to see Spider-Man. I mean, that's the best case scenario on AMC in my eyes in the short term, is this cup and handle, and you break out to 556. You peek your head into the bull zone, and then it's sayonara, suckers. So I am so freaking excited, guys, for what is to come on AMC. You have the technical setups with the gaps, the breakout of the falling wedge, the RSI. The only negative on AMC right now is the 4-hour MACD. That's your only negative right now. You've seen a technical cross down on the MACD for the 4-hour time frame. In my eyes, that takes you back to the last couple of times that you've seen that cross down. You revisited this very sturdy uptrend that you made from the bottom at 160. And in my eyes, you getting that cross down, if you do not invalidate it early tomorrow from some potentially squeezy Spider-Man news, then you're coming down to about 245, right? Potentially 250 for that retest of a very significant point of resistance, right? So we'll put a little trend line there on the previous highs. Dude, AMC looks so good. If you guys are new, please, it would mean a lot. Slap the subscribe button, hit the like button. We're going to start Gary only live streams for when I'm at work. So you guys can just jump into the community chat, talk to each other, right? Watch AMC run live. I'll put a couple of trend lines and invalidation points, potentially price targets, right, on the chart before I leave, and then you just let Gary cook and we'll see which direction it goes. But that's kind of all I got on the update for AMC. It's been a freaking pleasure with you guys covering this freaking stock. Until next time, guys, God bless each and every single one of your families. And remember, traders, the thing we've been saying for the last 6 months, the best is yet to come. Much love and peace.